Okay. Good evening, everybody. So today we are going to talk about Yoga Vasistha. Uh, that's a book prescribed for um, anything related to the purpose of moksha. So if somebody is looking for moksha, one of the best books to read about is Yoga Vasistha. It's written by Valmiki, um, and it is it's a conversation mostly between the Vashishta and Rama. It's like a Krishna and Arjuna, where Arjuna was asking questions and Krishna was answering in Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita was born out of it. Similarly, in Ramayana, when Rama asked those questions to Vashishta, those the question and answers basically form the content of this book called Yoga Vasistha. And it is typically linked, this book is linked with the Brahma Vidya, which means as and when uh, we read more about the question and answers, the responses, and which are actually between Rama and Vashishta, it's takes us towards the realization of the Brahman, or at least the path to the Brahman. It consists of about 32,000 shlokas, and it is divided into 6 chapters. The very first thing it talks about is who is eligible. The eligibility is typically defined who wants moksha. Basically, that's how uh, the response is. And who is awake, that means that who is focused and attentive, and who is open-minded, and who who is in vairagya. And most of uh, the question and answers are through the stories, or whenever Rama asks questions, Vashishta kind of explains that with a particular with a story. So one of the things we should not get lost is there are so many names in those stories, which we may have heard about it. Like, for example, he talks about um, Prahlada in it, so, which comes from Prahlada Pakyanam, which is the some of the things come Shambharasura. So that it comes from different books basically. So if you have learned those stories from different books, there are connections to what uh, they are talking about here. Okay, so and one of the things we have to basically don't focus on the names. So sometimes it can be misleading. Just focus on tattva, what it is supposed to be telling us. Okay, so if we get into um, the story of Yoga Vasistha, how it started, there it starts with uh, a person called Sutiksha. So his guru is Agastya. He asks a simple question: um, what what is the reason for, or how do I attain moksha? Is it through karma or is it through jnana? So when that question is asked, Agastya says, it's like a bird needs two wings. One of them is karma, another wing is Jnana. So you cannot get to the moksha by just by karma or just by jnana. So it's a combination of two to get there. And he explains the story of it. He starts with the story of father and son. Again, without going into the names. So they are very focused, both father and son, or they do daily activities, um, everything that needs to be done as you live in Grihastha. So as they were living, at some point, son basically stops doing some of the things, and he starts. Father observes that he's not doing the typical daily activities that are supposed to be done. So he asks his son, "What happened? Is everything all right?" So father, when he asks the son responds saying, "I feel like I'm not interested in doing any of these daily things. I wanted to be more like a sannyasi." So um, pravritti marga and nivritti marga is what the discussion happens here between father and son. And father tries to explain son, and he gives the example of a king named Arishtanemi. So he is one of the kings. He who at some point he gives up his kingdom, and once he has done his part of life, and he goes back and does tapasya and Gandhamadra Parvata, which is I think we heard that name from Mahabharata, where Bhima and Pandavas stays there for some time. Okay, so anyway, so the Arishtanemi, while he was doing tapasya there, Indra wants to test him, and he wants to, give boons to him, and he rejects everything. He says, "I don't want anything." So why are you doing? He simply wants to do it. Over a period of time, then Indra sends one of his uh, uh, soldiers and asks him basically to, why don't you take him to uh, Valmiki Ashrama? So he's more of he's a candidate who wants to get to the he is the candidate for moksha, or qualified to get moksha or Brahma Vidya, which leads to moksha. So he basically takes him and uh, into Valmiki Ashram and leaves him there. And Arishtanemi asks several questions to Valmiki about what is the process to get moksha, and how do I do it? What kind of sadhanas I need to do? So Valmiki explains the Rama's story, Ramayana, to Arishtanemi in that. And as part of it, as he explains the story, so he wants to understand more about Rama. And um, while explaining it, this particular story of Valmiki and Vashishta and Rama's conversation happens. And here, at the age of 12, about 12 or 13, when Rama completes his education and comes back to the kingdom, he feels he wants to visit different places in the kingdom. So he takes the permission from his father, Dasharatha, and goes on kind of an adventure, basically. So he visits different places, and he comes back after several days or months. And once he comes back, he suddenly gets into a mode where he seems not interested in any normal life activities, which means that he wants to stay alone most of the time. He does not want to talk to people. So some of these, the servants kind of observe this activity from Rama, and then informs Dasharatha about it. So, Rama went at some point. Rama also visits Vashishta to talk about some of the things he has observed while he was visiting different places in kingdom. Uh, all at the same similar time frame, Dasharatha also called Vashishta to talk about his son's situations, Rama's situation. And when Vashishta comes, at the as they were talking about this exact, this is how Rama is not coming out, he is not getting involved in regular activities like before. Vishwamitra also comes down at the same time. This is the time when he came to ask Dashratha to send his son Rama to protect his yajnas. So Vashishta and Vishwamitra, along with Dashratha, are in the palace. So they were in the room discussing about Ramas, and Dashratha calls for Rama. Rama comes in, and he once he reaches the palace or inside the room, in the room where they were discussing about this, Vashishta asks the question to Rama, what's your, why are you not seemed interested to any activities? Is there anything bothering um, inside you? So Rama brings up various topics here. The topics range from he starts from, let's say, money, how he saw people uh, use money to for various luxuries, and also he has seen various bribes just for the sake of temporary uh, sukhas. And he also talks about lifespans of the individuals, and how they are living, thinking, explaining that he doesn't think they understand the importance of life, and the life will be done by the time they realize why they are here. So he talks about aham, ego of the individuals whom he has met, and he also talks about mind, how various, as he visited different places, different things, how his mind got impacted, and also saw various other people's minds were changing based on what they are involved in. He talks about the desires individuals have, and he talks about the body, various old age, different ages, and how individuals response to the body changes. And he also talks about the women, how what is their role in the society. He talks about samskaras, vasanas. They also talk about the times and space, and they talk about the dharma and upasanas. So it's a various range of topics, and as they discuss these topics, um, each topic Vashishta explains with a kind of a story which can align, which is a response to the question from Rama. So one of the things which will fascinate us is because some of these involves, if we see Rama as a incarnation of Vishnu, then he is actually listening to some of his past incarnations stories in this. But Rama asks the question as if he doesn't know any of them, and he listens as a human, and also keeping an open mind is one of the things we talked about, right? So it basically is even though the person knows, Rama knows some of the things, if we think that he is also incarnation of Vishnu and uh, who is already uh, at certain level of individual, he does not, the way he speaks as if he doesn't know anything, and he listens to everything Vashishta says and tries to understand what he's saying. So so we kind of will touch base about, maybe we can pick up three stories, I think, within the time frame we have, which will help us understand some aspects of their conversation. There are if we really go to the book, there are many stories. So I'll pick about three of them to explain certain topics. The one topic we'll try to cover is a mind, and ties into samskaras and vasanas. The second topic we'll try to cover is time and space. The third topic cover is dharma and upasana, which is um, which leads to liberation. So the first one will take up the mind which is tied with the vasanas and samskaras. So this is a story of the Dama, Vyala, and Kata. So these go to the don't go to names of the individuals. As I said before, the intention is to focus on the story. So there was a Rakshasa who was who's like who is in Patala, and he has made the life of devatas very difficult. Um, he is one of the most what do you call it? Very famous for Maya. I think it's Sharavasura, if I'm right. But anyway, so his he is basically because of that, the devatas or Indras, the Swargaloka, they basically um, try to figure out what to do about this guy. Okay, so but I mean, he was too powerful for them to do anything. So he already defeated the Swarga and came back to Patala, and he basically made sure that it's all the everything got destroyed there. And when they tried to return, they came back and returned and attacked Patala at the time. So again, he was inside the room. He was doing his own thing. He was not worried about them because he thought they are not going to come. So they came. His Sainyadipati, he's uh, chief of the soldiers. He came and basically explained that these guys came in and we are fighting against them. So he went and basically defeated all of them. and they all ran away. So this happens multiple times. So he got fed up and basically said that, okay, he creates three individuals, um, Dama, Vyala, and Kata. So these individuals were created, and they were he made them rule Swarga, and said that, and also the different gave different posts to the different people. So instead of Indra, these guys were ruling the Swarga at the time. So he created them such that they, um, first he basically created them to be powerful. He came back to his Patala. They were, even though they were powerful, by other means they got defeated again. So once that happened, the second time when he went, he basically created them to not to understand why they were getting defeated, and then realized that their samskaras or vasanas, whatever they have, led them to the defeats. So he created them without any samskaras. That means the only thing they know is fight and win. That's it. They don't think about, there is no samskaras in them. So it's like robots. So they went. They were there every time. Indra and others, they attacked Swarga. These were basically, they were so powerful and without any fear, because once the samskaras are gone, once the your vasanas are gone, there is no fear. So they kept on fighting. They have nothing to lose. They don't know what is losing means. They don't know what is winning means. So they could not be defeated. So Devatas got defeated multiple times. They went back to Brahma and asked for, what should we do? What should we do? So he said, I don't think you guys can defeat him or Dama, Vyala, Kata. These are, because they don't have any samskaras. You cannot, you will not have any uh, loophole. They will not have any loophole. They don't have loophole to for you to defeat them. So what one suggestion he made basically, why don't you inculcate samskaras in them slowly? Introduce the samskaras to them. As time, you cannot go and fight with them and come back. No, you have to stay there and start talking to them. Start in have a conversation with them and try to understand, try to inculcate the vasanas or samskaras in them. So with that strategy, they went back, and first they went and talked to them first for the first time. They were once the fighting started, then they basically said that, no, we are basically coming for a discussion. So it's like a white flag, the peace deal. So they went in and sat with them, and they discussed about various things as part of the conversation. They talked about uh, uh, bribing. They talked about different things basically to get them understand the um, what they need to know, what is winning means, what is losing means, what are the different aspects of other life that exists. So this happened multiple times. They fight for some time, then they go for a discussion. So as these discussions were happening, some of these, as part of the discussions, these they were impacted by these, and then they somewhere they got a, like, if I take this, I don't have to fight. So it's kind of a um, transaction that was they got sucked into it, obviously, and then slowly they was started losing their because once you have samskaras, then there is fear somewhere. I'm going to lose this. If I continue to fight, I might die. If I continue to fight, then I might it's a I don't have time to for luxuries basically. So all these got introduced to them, and slowly over a period of time, they basically are defeated in the war, and then they ran away from that place. When Shalvasura, he basically came to know about it. He went back and tried to find these folks. They ran away, and they know that because they already have samskaras now, or vasanas. They know if he goes back, he will kill them. So he went into Yamaloka. These three went to Yamaloka and stayed there and asked for their please give us some space for us to live for some time temporarily. They went there. They stayed there without um, the Yama, without the knowledge of Yama. And they also got married there, stayed there, and over a period of time, Yama came to know that these guys were here, and when they came to know, he kicked them out along with the people who brought them into Yamaloka, and they all went to Bhuloka to basically as part of whatever they have done, they have to, because of the Vasanas and Samskaras, they came to Bhuloka at that time. So this story kind of explains that what Samskaras and Vasanas can do. So if we are in Bhuloka, it means that on the earthly plane, we are here to live, to clear whatever the samskaras and vasanas that we have gained through several lifetimes. The one of the things which actually Vashishta talks about is it's like a whether it's is it a seed first or a plant first or tree first, right? So when the samskaras got introduced to us, or when they got it inside us, it's difficult to explain, difficult to know. It's never possible. But the what we are supposed to do is how to get rid of them, or how to get out of them, because that's the only way to moksha. So this story was explained to Rama to not get sucked into because of the vasanas and samskaras, and it's all mind game. Okay, and so it's basically how to clear the mind so that we can stay. The clarity of the mind basically results in moksha or clarity, samadhi. So once you go beyond the mind, we get into samadhi state, right? So as we say, this is one of the story which he explains to um, explain the concept of mind. The second story which we will talk about is the time and space. So this is a story he explains about. There is a king called Padma and his wife Leela. So it is a story of Padma and Leela. Padma is the king. Leela was his devoted wife, and she is a Saraswati Bhakta. So at some point, I mean, she loves her husband so much that she when uh, he had the he asked for boons from Saraswati, so she gave two boons. So she asked whether his her husband can be alive all the time. So Saraswati said, no, it's not possible. So she said, okay, can you make sure when he leaves the body, can you make sure uh, he lives in the same room or same place, same room where they live. They live their whole life. The Antapura, whatever the place, whichever place they were in at that time. So Saraswati said, sure, your husband, when he leaves body, he still stays there. And second boon Leela asks for is, whenever I want you, can you be available? Or can you, I would like to talk to you whenever I want you, please appear in front of me. So Saraswati said, sure. Okay, so as days passed, at some point during one of the wars, the king in the war, he died. He passed away in the war. So his body was kept in the room, and Leela she was crying her heart out. So at that point, she basically asked Saraswati, um, asked for Saraswati, and she came in, and they were talking. I mean, she asked, "Can you show me where my husband is?" So he is in the room, but you may not be able to see him in your current state or current conscious state. And Saraswati asked her to do some sadhana. And after some sadhana, she basically, with the help from Saraswati, she took her to a place where uh, the Padma king who died here, he is incarnated as a, uh, he is also a king there with a different name. But Leela recognized him when she saw him, and Saraswati said, "Okay, this is the person you see. He is your husband who passed away, and he is young there, and he also has a wife. Something similar to uh, how Leela was there when she was young." So what Saraswati was saying was, I mean, she explains why is that. So he has a lot of, he has, when he died, he has the desires. The desires are, he wants to be king, and he loves you, and he wants a wife like you. So he was born, and he became a king, and he has a wife like you. So it basically, and she said that, do you know where you are? I mean, basically, Leela asked for a bone, right? He has to be in the same room. Then she was asking, this does not look like we are in the same room. So where are we? And Saraswati explained, you are in the same room. You simply don't realize it. Um, you are in the same room, and in this room, in a different realm, you can call it, you don't see, they don't see you because I brought you here and you have done certain sadhana. You are able to see them, but they cannot see you now. But you are in the same room where your body, your husband's body is kept still. And as you can see, we have, it's not even days um, where we came from where you were before to this place, but the person you see is already in the in he is a young man here. So the time what you had when where the room where the body was kept for, let's say, if it is 1 hour there, the time, the place we are in right now, it's several years. So it's not, time and space are not, uh, it is, it what do you call it, it's relative, or it's not absolute. So Saraswati was trying to explain the concept of time and space there. Okay. So and then at that point, Saraswati said, do you want to know your past life, where you were? She says, yes. So Saraswati took Leela to her past life, where she was, her father, her husband was the Brahmin. And they were doing the whole lifetime, they were there. They basically were a Brahmin family in a small hut. And there also, do you know why you are able to see me? Asks Saraswati. No, you were my devotee in your past life too, and that's why you are able to see me now easily. And you actually got the boon from me last life too. Same boon, exactly the same boon as you have asked this lifetime. What was that boon? When my husband dies, can you please make sure he is still here in this hut, in that room? Exactly the same boon she asked. And do you know your palace where your husband's body is kept? That palace is in this hut, in a different realm. And you have passed about 6 days back in this realm. That means the hut timeline and the palace timeline is 8 days here, is 8 decades there. So Saraswati tries to explain this. So you are in different realms. You are able to go she explained, she went to 3 realms there. And each realm, space and time, or time is basically is 8 hours in the hut, is 80 years almost, or several decades in the palace, several decades in the palace, in the young man where that king was reborn, reincarnated as, that is several years. A few hours there is several years there. So she tries to explain that time and space. And with this story, what Vashishta was trying to explain to Rama is this time and space is illusion. You might, I think, if anybody read Bhagavatam, there is a story of Narada. Uh, he ex, uh, he tries to. I mean, he saw that Krishna has so many wives. He was enjoying his life with all the wives he had, and with the huge kingdom full of servants. So one moment he gets the thought that if I had this one wife, I should have enjoyed. So that moment, Krishna wants to make Narada experience that, and he takes him to take bath, and he takes a dip, and within the time of that dip, Narada lives whole life. He has a marriage, he has sons, he goes through all the full of life, um, sukhas and dukkhas, and once he comes out, he basically, that moment, he has the whole life completed. So it's something similar. in here on the story of Leela. Okay. The final one I'll touch into is Dharma and Upasana concept. So one should be performing or doing the Dharma and also be part do be part of Upasanas, whatever they are trying to do. And he explains the story of Prahlada there. And in this story, Prahlada, we all know Prahlada Upakhyanam. In that, Narasimha explains, once Prahlada's father was, Prahlada's father died, Prahlada becomes king, and he goes into a mode. He is not really interested in any of these uh, duties of a king. So he was always in the state of uh, Vishnu Tattva. So while he was there, he basically neglects all his duties or whatever he's supposed to do as a king. So there is a chaos in his kingdom. So what happens basically is because there is no leader for them, and he is sitting in the room, puja room, and he is doing his own thing. The devatas, they attack the Patala Rakshasas, then defeat them. So there is no leader. They gets into a state where they cannot fight them. So it becomes a situation where um, there is no balance. I'll put it that way. So the balance is lost. So at some point, then Vishnu basically comes to Prahlada and said, "Hey, Prahlada, what are you doing? So you are neglecting your. I know you are a great person. You are a very good person, but you are not doing your duties as you are supposed to do as a king." So he explains, "Okay, go back and make sure that your kingdom um, is right in the right place. Your praja is in a right uh, place where they are not getting uh, not getting into difficulties, and they they have somebody to count on. So they are looking at you so that their problems can be resolved by you. And if you are missing, then what is the point of having a king?" Okay, so then Prahlad realizes, and he basically goes back and uh, set things right, and comes back as, he basically, there is some balance which he brings in, but he basically tries to, if we, without going too deep into the story, the intention is he, uh, during the discussion with Vishnu, he basically talks about the conversation about performing the dharmas, doing upasanas, and doing chintanas. In the sense, we have to have these three things in parallel all the time. You don't neglect your duties. Dharma means duty. You don't neglect your duties, but you are also doing upasanas. That is, you do your sadhana, and then you are also doing the chintana. That means uh, thinking about your state every day or every time. So as you are doing this on these three things, the Prahlada brings them together, and at some point he reaches he actually, Vishnu says, "This is your last life. You will not be born again." And he makes sure that, but I want to make sure you are doing your duties before you get out. And he brings the balance in the kingdom, and he attains moksha. So I just wanted to kind of one is desire samskaras, time and space, and dharmas and upasanas to get some idea of what Yoga Vasistha says. There are many other stories, but I think hope that gives an idea to what this book is about. If somebody is interested, please read the book. It's available. Even you can buy the book or you can read it online as well. Okay. Thank you. I hope you had some knowledge from this session.
Thank you, Srini Master. Thank you so much for the wonderful wisdom today. Masters, please, if you have any questions or any comments, please comment, unmute yourself. Okay, Masters. Um, if no questions, we'll thank you. We'll thank you for joining today. Have a wonderful day, and thank you again, Srini sir, for